My CEO spent years reminding me I was lucky to be here. But the truth was, Dean Whitmore was the lucky one. Lucky that I, Riley Hart, hadn't walked out sooner. For 12 years straight, I built machine learning systems for his tech company, Quantum Scale Analytics, the kind that predicted market behavior with scary accuracy. My algorithms made them millions, landed them 2 government contracts, and basically kept the company alive through the 2022 recession. Yet somehow, the promotions always went to the dudes who played golf with Dean on Thursdays, the ones who barely understood the difference between supervised and unsupervised learning. I told myself it would get better. I told myself patience pays off. Spoiler, it didn't. But my revenge? Oh, that paid off in a way Dean never saw coming. The final straw snapped one Monday morning in early 2025. After staying up 36 straight hours fixing a catastrophic data breach issue that his nephew caused, I decided to finally ask for something embarrassingly small, a 10% raise. Just 10%, not even market rate. I walked into his glass-walled office, exhausted, hopeful, rehearsing my pitch like a nervous college grad. And as I explained the projects I led, the revenue I generated, the patents with my name on them, Dean leaned back in that leather chair he loved too much and laughed. Not a little chuckle, a full, obnoxious, chest-bouncing laugh. "Riley, come on," he said. "This company made you. You think you're worth Silicon Valley prices? You're replaceable. The code stays here, but the coder? Always replaceable." The room went silent. I didn't even get angry. I just felt something inside me click, like a lock finally opening. Replaceable? Okay, let's test that theory. I nodded, smiled, thanked him for the feedback, then took the rest of the week off claiming migraines. In reality, I spent those days building something new, something I'd been sketching for years but never had time for. A proprietary predictive modeling engine that used temporal pattern compression instead of the traditional transformer-based architecture. Faster, leaner, more accurate than anything quantum scale had ever touched. Something they absolutely could not control. By day 4, I'd built a working prototype. By day 5, I was pitching it privately to the one person Dean hated the most, Marcus Lane, CEO of Nexicor Industries, Quantum Scale's biggest rival and Dean's personal nightmare. When Marcus saw the demo, he straight up removed his glasses and whispered, "Holy hell!" By the next morning, I had a job offer quadruple my salary, full creative control, bonuses that made me dizzy, and my own team. But the best part? Nexicor didn't just want my innovation, they wanted to launch it fast, publicly, and loudly. So, I accepted. And on my first official day, Nexicor made an announcement that broke the internet. Nexicor Industries acquires exclusive rights to Heart AI Predictive Engine, developed by former Quantum Scale lead engineer. I didn't even write the headline, but damn it felt good seeing it everywhere. CNBC, Bloomberg, TechCrunch, even Reddit was losing its mind. Within 24 hours, Quantum Scale's investors started demanding explanations. Their stocks slipped. Their clients panicked. Government contracts froze. Because while Dean assumed he owned my genius, the patents told a different story. They were filed in my name. I had been the only inventor on record. And he had laughed at giving me a 10% raise. A week later, Quantum Scale attempted the dumbest thing they could have done. They tried to replicate my tech and pass it off as their own. What they didn't know was that I had built authentication triggers into my architecture long before any of this happened. If anyone tried to duplicate or deploy the model without my authorization, the system didn't crash, it simply exposed them. As in, sent a detailed alert with timestamps, logs, and IP addresses to the patent office and Nexicor's legal department. Within hours, Marcus's lawyers unleashed a cease and desist so brutal that Quantum Scale's legal team folded before lunch. The next morning, Dean tried calling me, then emailing, then messaging me through mutual contacts. He even had the audacity to send a voice memo saying, "Riley, we need you back. We can negotiate." Negotiate? From the man who told me I was replaceable? I didn't respond. Instead, I watched Nexacor's launch event from my new corner office. A real corner office, not the broom closet quantum scale stuck me in for a decade. The moment the market saw real-time results from my engine, our stock spiked so fast that even I stood there stunned. Marcus raised a glass of champagne next to me and said, "Replaceable, huh?" I laughed for the first time in months. The sweetest revenge wasn't a dramatic showdown or public humiliation. It was simply proving the truth. I wasn't replaceable. I was the backbone they never appreciated, the mind they underestimated, the innovator they thought they could keep small. And now, I was the reason quantum scale collapsed, and the reason Nexacor soared. Dean thought he owned my future. Turns out, the only thing he owned was his downfall.